One of the biggest failure mechanisms we see is corkscrewing or cables rubbing, or we see some kind of a mechanical failure of cables. And the number one thing that people forget to do is to strain relieve their cables. I would say 80% of customers are ordering cable tie wraps or clamps, but not actually implementing them in their systems when a system gets to the shop floor. So I don't think people truly understand what happens. Ultimately, there's a couple important things when you're actually taking the cables off of your reels. And one of the most important things is if you have a drum of cables, you are not trying to pull the cables off where they're coiling when you take them off. You want to make sure that as you have your cables coming off, they are being pulled in one universal direction. So the cable doesn't already have some kind of a pre-tension when it's being placed inside of the cable carrier. The second thing that you want to recommend doing is that when you're laying out your cables in your cable carrier, and again, I apologize, I'm not done art, that your cables go through what we call the neutral axis, which is the middle of the link. Why is this important? If you pull the cables tight to the inner radius, the cable will pull on the crossbars along the radius as it's curving, creating a wear surface, maybe sticking, maybe twisting among others. If you put it against the outer, the cables will want to pop out anywhere they can, which allows for the gaps. All of this, again, is based on not having strain relief, not having a controlled way of getting the cables to work inside the cable carrier. So let me show you what we do in a little bit of life. I'll start with my E2 product. On our E2 product, most of our tie wraps are integrated right into your actual bracket. You'll see these finger plates that are created. They're not just there for show. What we want you to do is tie wrap your cables at each end. It's important in horizontal travels that you do it at both ends. If you're doing vertical systems, both ends. Other than that, we want to talk about what you're doing with it because some systems do only require it on your moving end. For example, our Triflex, our robotic line, because you want to have slack to allow for torsion. But that's a small percentage. A majority are linear moving chains, and we want you to tie wrap them at both ends. As you can see, we have a single cable in either side. This allows the cable to stay static, and you're perfect when you go. It looks very nice, keeps everything done, but again, tie wrapping your cables. Let me get rid of this one. On our E4 line, we have several other options. Option one is integrated tie wrap plates that fit on your profile rail. Many of you watching this video will say, oh, I know that bracket rail. I get that all the time. I never knew what it was for. It does not have any structural integrity or structural function for the chain itself. It is there so that you can integrate strain relief at both ends. For faster moving systems, for systems with multiple cables or bigger cables, we recommend going to our chainfix product line. Chainfix is a clamping system. You can see here, it actually has an Allen key that screws down and allows you to clamp the cable. If we have multiple cables, these are stackable in 1, 2, or 3 levels. Again, this is dependent on your design. We never recommend more than 3 cables in one chamber, in one clamp. Again, this is a sort of case-to-case basis. We don't want you to do this if you don't have to. We prefer singles. These clamps are available in stainless steel. They're available in aluminum. Again, from stock, but something that you should be adding. They're not expensive, so the cost of doing something like this might be $10, $20 for your entire chain. But the downtime if your cable fails or gets tangled is huge. And again, it allows you to run your cables nice and neatly. The system looks really pretty at the end, but it's something that has to be done on your floor. So get rid of that. Any other questions you have regarding strain relief or why you should or shouldn't be using it, what type of strain relief? Use our live chat online, contact your outside salesperson and bring them in, throw me a message wherever, LinkedIn here, and we're happy to get on site and help you and explain why it's important for your system and how we can make it work. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.